and I believe that 2023, and this is a good thing, I believe, is 2023 is going to be the rise of the AI, artificial intelligence. Computers being able to do more than what they've ever been able to do before, and it's now going to be in the hands of the general public, where it used to be in the hands of major institutions and corporations. Things like OpenAI, Elon Musk platform, that has Chat GPT and GPT-3. Things like that are very much going to disrupt the whole industry. Selling stuff online, doing stuff online. Basically, what all this AI stuff can do around marketing and all that is the value of a university degree now, and the way that essays are written and all that, it's worthless, because these AI algos, and we've done it. We produced 40 blog posts for one of our businesses on the one topic, and they were all different. They all passed the plagiarism tests. They did everything. We just hammered it, to make, seeing what it is, and it passed, and it reads like a normal human and all that sort of stuff. So these are the things that are going to lead to chaos. One of the other things that's happened is we lost one of our developers in our marketing digital business, and one of the other guys said, well, we'll just use Chat GPT to write the code that we need. And so basically we've gone from 4 in-house developers down to 2, because we lost one and fired one. And those 2 guys are actually doing the work of about 5 by using these AI platforms. We've subscribed to another one as well. And the code that's been written by these platforms is 10 times, I would say it's nearly 10 times better than the human.
Jeez.
It's cleaner, it's simpler, and it just works.
So would there be any reason then to use humans over AI if they're already that good, and then we already know they're going to keep advancing?
Well, in certain areas, I don't see why you would need a human to do certain things. And this is what happens with technology. Technology always makes the human redundant, but the human makes himself redundant by becoming lazy, expensive, just hard to deal with, hard to work with. So, in some areas, make newspaper articles. You could have this AI, you could have, instead of having a newsroom of 400 journalists, especially spread around the place, you could have this AI writing general articles, because most of the articles now in the media is just general opinion shit. So you don't need all these opinion writers anymore, right? So all of a sudden the opinion writers are gone. Ghost writers for books. There's a whole heap of stuff that will, people will just lose out. And if you're not using it now in your business, or starting to look to see how you can use it in your business now, especially in the marketing world, you're going to get left behind. And it's as simple as that.
So what are some softwares then that you can start testing for this AI that you're talking about?
Oh, the biggest one is, so go to open.ai, right? And then sign up for an OpenAI account, and then use the ChatGPT platform, chat.openai, I think it is. And it is just phenomenal. And you can just use it now. Hang on, I'll bring it up. Chat. I'll log in.
I know I'm definitely going to be taking a look at this, because what you're saying sounds really interesting.
Oh, mate, it's amazing. And and I'll demonstrate it. I'll get it to write something right now. I'm just logging in. Oh God, it's going to need my other phone in it.
Two-factor authentication, is it?
Oh yeah, this two-factor stuff. 867. Give you the code to my phone.
So like, while you're doing that, is there actually anything else that you would be nervous about if you're an employee or even in business? Because you mentioned tech, you'd especially be nervous if you were working in tech. Is there any other industries you'd be nervous?
Tech, marketing, any of the white collar professions, academia, and all that. So let's go. Right. 600 words on AI. All right, so there you go. I just set it up, and now it's writing 600 words on what AI is. There's a live demonstration of what it is. So my request up the top was write 600 words on AI, and there you go. It's just written, or it's in the process of writing. There you go. You know, it's just had a think. And it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And then you can take that, right, and then use that as a blog post, because we've run this stuff through plagiarism programs. Does not trigger at all. Look, there it goes. Keeps going. It's actually writing more than 600 words. Maybe I'll put 6,000 words. But there you go. There's a real-time thing. So if you're a marketer and you're after blog posts, now what we're doing is our VA our VAs in the Philippines, we give them a list of topics and tell them to do 10 blog posts on each one of these topics using this chat GPT, right? And then away it goes. And then
that's just
right. So it's just writing and writing and writing and writing and writing, and it'll keep writing and keep writing and keep writing. I'll just let that go. I said 600 words, and it's going for forever. But it's just finished. Sometimes it gets a bit glitchy, but you know, this hasn't had any new work done on it since 2021, and basically when it gets reconnected to the internet in its interface, it's going to be phenomenal. It's just going to get better and better and better and better. So
how did not more people know about that? Like, I never heard about it.
I don't know how people didn't. Well, most people are too busy watching cat videos or the Kardashians to actually realize what's going to go and stuff there and fuck up their lives. This stuff is going to change, you know. The whole thing around education, and I think this is one of the reasons that Elon Musk is backing this for now. Basically, our whole education system's being premised on, I tell you something, then go and write me an essay, right? Which is pretty much what happens. Well, kids are just going to go and do this. Bang, bang, bang. It's free. You can sign up. You know, I logged in. It told me how quick it was to lock in. And then I got a 1,200 word, 1,500 word essay on AI. I could submit that. The teachers could put it through their plagiarism machines, and it's going to be my writing as far as I'm concerned. So the whole education system will be turned upside down by this. The whole reporting period. So when you write reports for your bosses and all that, they're all going to be turned upside down. Instead of where it used to take you, 6 days to compile a report, it's going to take you 6 minutes.
Well, yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, if I was in tech, or if I was some kind of journalist or something like that, I'd be nervous with my job.
Google come out and actually said that this is the biggest threat to Google.
Gee.
So basically, what I've done, and because when we first heard about this late last year, then we went into our back cave and started testing it and that, and pretty much mid-December we started rolling it out through all our businesses, right? So all our businesses are using this, especially in the marketing departments. Business plan writing, you know, when we're going to do submissions to banks and that, and we're going to write a business plan, we're doing it using this now. The other thing that we've done with it is contracts. So we've copied and pasted the contract in, right, and say, please check this contract for legal correctness, right? It's come up, it's made changes, it's done this, it's done that. Then we've sent it to our lawyer, and our lawyers are going, wow, that's, you know, the only thing I'd change is a comma here and a comma there. So it's going to change things like the legal profession.
Gee, that's just crazy.
So, and it's just going to get so the more it gets used, the more it starts learning, the more it starts interacting. And Chat GPT is a language AI, right? Or a language algo. So GPT-3 is a learning algo. And there's way smarter guys than me out there. And that has basically what's it got, about 4 years worth of learning behind it. And so once they connect it to this, the language engine, it's, you know, watch out world.
Yeah.
You know, so things are going to change.
So I think after that demonstration, everyone, including myself, is probably going to start using that. So yeah, that was.
Well, if you're not using it and you're in marketing, right, or if you're in the copywriting space, or you're in the ghostwriting space, you're gonna, you know, you're behind the 8 ball.
And that's part of, yeah, that's just part of adapting, is knowing what to go with. And so
that said, the one thing that we haven't been able to get it to do properly is some of our old school letter writing techniques. Now, I would say that that's because the people that programmed this weren't older than about 30. So they wouldn't know that the old world marketing techniques that we use a lot, the guerrilla stuff, you know, the way we write letters, the way we do shock and awe packs, the way we do, you know, letterbox cards and all that sort of stuff, wasn't taken into account when they were thinking in the language framework. Now, that said, because we're using it and basically telling it to do this sort of stuff, it's going to learn that. So
yeah. So yeah, there you go. Maybe for all of the blogs that people read with GWC, you may be reading it from an AI with a bit of editing from us, of course.
Yeah, and that's all we do. So our as I said, our VAs, they now pump out, you know, 10 blog posts. Then it goes to the head marketer, and now instead of them rewriting stuff that takes forever, you know, it's a 10-minute job.
Yeah,
we're saving a fortune.
Yeah, that's so good for efficiency too. For efficiency and saving resources. We do have a question here from Lisa, which is kind of on the contrast of what we're speaking about. She's just wondering, why is this good? Once we get used to this, whatever is writing this information could put any kind of info in there. And this is where we get the wrong information, or the information they want us to believe. There will be no real opinion. Would this not be something that is to be avoided, as this looks like elites can then push their propaganda once we all hook and believe whatever comes out of it?
Yeah, but you can use it to push the propaganda in the other way, because of it all comes down to the way you frame the context of what it's writing, right? So and how you ask it to write that sort of stuff. We've got propaganda being pushed now in massive, massive amounts, right? So the database where it's getting its ideas, once it's open and let out to the world, it will run. Now, that doesn't mean that this one's not going to be trained to be a total left-leaning one, but there isn't another one that pops up around the corner that's going to be, you know, a total right-wing one, and so forth. Have a look at Wikipedia versus Encyclopedia Britannica, right? They're two major resources, but they're both written in different fashions. So that's never going to stop. And propaganda's been around since the Egyptians. They've actually found stone tablets and carvings on pyramid walls and stuff like that that could only be described as propaganda. So propaganda's been around for a long, long time. So it comes down to the user and what you're using it for.